Do episodic stories follow the same structure? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. So, yes and no. The question it comes in where we are talking about the 8 point plot structure that I use, and I say that I can lay over almost every single type of story, regardless of genre, and episodic stories are slightly different. For those that are unaware, an episodic story is a story in which you can drop into any particular episode or installment within that story, and you can know exactly what is going on. They don't build on each other. Usually, this means that our protagonist or like the core group of characters don't fundamentally change over time. You are often going to see this in thrillers and mysteries because we want to see that same detective come back and solve mysteries week after week after week or year after year after year. TV shows often used to be written very episodically because before it was ubiquitous to have recording equipment in your home or have streaming on demand, you could not count on an audience to see every single episode of a season. So the characters had to remain basically the same so that people could drop in and be like, oh, I've got some time on this Thursday night randomly. I'll watch those shows that I haven't seen in 2 years. Ha ha ha, look, they're just as funny as I remember. This is great. There is a market and a place and a purpose for these episodic stories, though they are dwindling in popularity. They are not gone. They are still out there and alive, and there is still an audience for this, but they are dwindling in popularity. But so your story is going to follow the same structures as any other story within your genre. So if we use the mystery or the thriller genre, you are still going to have a hook at the beginning. You're going to have an inciting incident in which everything, oh my gosh, has changed and we have to figure out what's going on here. We're on a new path. And then we have a pinch point, and then we have the big fun and games section where you get to play with all your genre tropes. And then we have another pinch point, and then the plot turn and everything goes wrong. Then there's the darkest moment, and oh no, it looks like they're never going to get out of this. They're never going to survive. And then somehow they do, and they rally, and there's a big resolution. And then they are like, whew, good thing we solved that problem. We're never going to have to do that again. And then you tune in next week, and it's exactly the same thing. That structure is still there, but your character is still going to be a mirror or an opposite from where they were at the beginning. So I gave a bunch of examples in which characters fundamentally changed and became very, very different than they were at the beginning. They're just a total 180 or a full mirror of themselves. So they got exactly what they wanted, but not in the way that they wanted, or they are a totally different person. They are the opposite of how they started the story. And in these episodic stories, this is the piece that's going to change. Your character is going to still have a teeny tiny arc, but the only difference really is going to be at the beginning of the story, they didn't know the answer. And at the end, they do. So Sherlock Holmes, Nancy Drew, all of our mystery solving people, they are going to go from, wow, I don't know the answer to this question. Strange things are happening and I don't know what's going on. And at the end, they do know the answer. That's their arc. So that way, when you come back next time, you're able to watch them go through that same arc again. Because in this case, the story is about like how we got there, and it was fun along the way. We know what's going to happen, but it's all about the journey and it's all about the romp along the way.